One of the worst mistakes that I made in my life was using abusive language in order to fit into my friend circle, and today when I look back, I realize how disgusting that was. You know, the problem with our generation is that they make everything a trend. They never want to miss a chance to appear cool in front of people. They think that abusing is cool, abusing makes them look funny, but it's very far from the truth. I have seen many people in my life who are funny, who are sarcastic, their sense of humor is literally beyond words, but they never abuse. So if you think that abusing is cool, it's funny, let me tell you that तुमसे बड़ी गलतफहमी में कोई नहीं है. People have literally normalized using abusive language to such an extent that they cannot even talk to each other without using an abusive word in every single sentence of theirs. People in our generation use abusive language as if it's something to be proud of, when in reality it's actually something to be ashamed of. We are literally living in a generation where if you don't use abusive language, you are labeled as boring or shy. The thing is that you guys get easily influenced by looking at your peers. You see them, your classmates, your friends, using abusive language as if it's nothing, as if it's not disrespectful. They use such words very confidently. So you automatically assume that it makes them look cool. So I should too use that language in order to fit in. Otherwise, people want to reject you, right? But what you don't realize is that it actually makes you look really disgusting. Trust me. In fact, you will look super cool actually. But to whom? वो लोग जो खुद अंधेरे में हैं. Let me give you a reality check, my friend. A high value woman or a man can never ever find abusing attractive. It actually pisses them off. It in fact turns them off. So if you think that using abusive language with a raised voice when you are in public makes you look cool, the truth is that you are looking actually very irritating to every single high value person present over there. So if your goal is to look cool and attractive to all those people embodying low value behavior, then fine, go ahead. But for a high value person, never works, honey. And now I know what you guys are gonna say, that we just use such language for fun when we are with our friends. No one really takes it personal. We are completely fine with it. Okay, if you're fine with it, I'm fine with it too. You know, the biggest problem with our generation is that people think just because they can use a certain language with their friends and no one gets really offended, it means that they can use the same language with every single person. They think that if I'm talking to my friend with an abusive language and they are not getting offended, it means that I can talk in the same manner with every single person that I meet, and they are also not allowed to get offended. Well, no, my love, people are different, okay? Not everyone is cool like you. People have self-respect, people have dignity, and not everyone appreciates the use of abusive language. And it's actually very funny if you think about it. Like, these people who use abusive language as if it's nothing don't even know how to communicate with different types of people. As I said in the beginning of the video, one of the worst mistakes I made in my life was using abusive language. And this happened 3 years back when I came to Delhi. And of course, if you're from Delhi, India, we all know what Delhi is famous for. If you know, you know. So in order to fit into my friend circle or the people around me, I started abusing a lot all of a sudden. And I started normalizing it. I was like 14 years old at that time. I was like once talking to my male friend on Instagram. And he was my senior, like 2 years older than me. It's not that I abused him, but yes, I used an abusive word in our conversation because I thought, and this never happened before, because I thought that it's not a big deal, right? Which I know was very stupid of me. Of course, he got a little pissed off and he told me that, look, Jigyasa, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but you're not right either. It's not that I don't use such language when I'm with my friends. I do, but I have certain boundaries. When it comes to you, I can never even imagine using such language, and I expect the same from you. Now, being an immature teen, I was not able to understand his point right there, but later I was like, damn, it was my mistake. And that day I realized that yes, just because use of abusive language is super normal to some people does not mean that it's same for everyone. And you have to respect that. So at least be mindful of who are you talking to. My goodness. Sometimes I even see couple talking to each other with an abusive language as if it's not disrespectful, as if it's really normal. And I know when I will ask them, they will be like that, we are chill, we are fun, we don't take things seriously. And of course I have nothing to say to that. But if you ask me, you can never catch me being in a relationship with someone who literally abuses every single person, who use abusive language as if it's his mother tongue. And unfortunately, when you try to call such people out, they will say things to you like, oh, you are boring, oh, you take things very personally, oh, you take things very seriously. They just simply do not understand that, and they will not understand that. So the moral of the story is that you can never change such people who themselves don't want to change. So you should not try to. I am not at all asking you to go to your friends and give them a reality check. Tell them that you are such a bad person for using abusive language, you have no respect for other people, you have no respect for yourself. No, we don't have to do that. You don't have to fight with people who clearly don't want to change themselves, right? Now, the real question is that what you should do instead, because now we know that why using abusive language is not cool at all. But we also know that sharing these things with our friends and talking about these things with our friends is also useless. So, here's what you should do instead: set boundaries. Not gonna lie to you guys, I have actually so many friends who really normalize use of abusive language. But here's the thing: they never talk to me in a way they talk to other people, because I have a thing called boundaries. Because I have made it very clear by my actions, by my energy, by my aura, that you cannot talk to me like that. I don't care if your other friends don't get offended by you literally abusing and disrespecting them, but when it comes to me, don't you dare talk to me like that. Of course, it's very normal for people to abuse you, and even in a funny way, because you don't take stand for yourself. You don't have the audacity to say no to that. And why do you do that? Of course, because you want to fit in. You don't want to offend other people. You don't want to create drama. But what you don't realize is that if your friends are your real friends, you will never be afraid to communicate your boundaries with them, because real friends will never make you feel bad for setting boundaries. You should have the audacity to communicate your boundaries with your friends. You should be able to go and tell them that, listen, I don't care if you're okay with using an abusive language with all your other friends, but I don't appreciate that. So don't talk to me like that ever again. And then if they make fun of you for saying that, or they don't take you seriously, they're not your friends. They are not your friends. Like, if your friends are making you feel bad for setting boundaries, cut them off ASAP. There's nothing wrong with setting boundaries. It's your right to set boundaries. And if people can't respect that, cut them off ASAP. I remember I once ended my friendship with one of my friends. We were really good friends, but even after communicating my boundaries very clearly with him, he didn't respect that. So I cut him off. And that's how much strict you should be with your boundaries, by the way. And at last, I just want to say that why would you want to be with such kind of people who you don't want to become like? Please choose your friends wisely, and abusing is not cool, it's not cute. It just tells the world about your background, and that's it, nothing else. So if 99% of the people around you wants to become cool, you know what I mean, right? Kindly don't join that cool club. Either choose to be friends with that 1% or change your environment. And lastly, I just want to say that I have no personal issue with you. I don't even know you, so please don't see this video as a personal attack. This video is more of a reality check and nothing else. I just really wanted to talk about this stuff because this has been really overwhelming me for some time now, because I just don't understand how can abusing be cool. Anyways guys, hope that you learned something from this video. God bless you, and I will meet you in my next video.